Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 67 and night one of the AEW All-In Grand Prix. You can see the cute little graphic that I made and put into the game in the top corner. And yeah, we are here. Everyone is featured tonight that are in the brackets, or in the blocks, we should say. However, there will be two matches that are meant to happen in the blocks, not happening. So what I want to do is I want to average about 7-8 matches a night, and then on the 12th night, there'll be 10 matches, so everyone will have their singles match, kind of like, you know, the final day of the Premier League. Everyone plays at the same time. Everyone's going to play or compete on the final day. So tonight we have 8 Grand Prix matches, and 2 of those will be in the next episode. There'll be like a slight overlap as we go through until the final week. But those 4 participants are being thrown into tag team action tonight. So everyone will compete every night of the show. And yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't know. I feel like I've explained that really poorly, but by the time we get to the end of this episode, you'll understand it. So our opening match today, as will be our opening match from now on, is anyone who's not included will be in a tag team or something similar, because I think down the line we're going to get to a point where there'll be 3 matches, so then we might do like a trios match or something. Anyways, I'm over explaining it. As we've said before, it's 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. At the end of every episode, I will bring up the current standing so that we can see who is where. And yeah, you know what? Let's just dive straight into it. We've got our team of Renee Paquette, RJ City, and Paul White. They will be our all-in correspondents. Not our commentators, our correspondents, who will just open every show, and they will be the guys interviewing anyone that needs or wants to be interviewed throughout. But yeah, without further ado, let's head straight into it. And our first is our exhibition tag team match. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it's Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay teaming up to face Miro and Pac. I mean, already that's a dream start. So let's dive straight into it. Oh my god. I mean, is the exhibition match going to be the best match of the night? Because that's a little bit annoying if so. But in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson defeat Miro and Pac in 21 minutes when Bryan Danielson pins Pac with the running knee. Wow, a 93. I'm hoping that most of our matches are going to be like 80, 85 plus, because obviously we've picked the best wrestlers possible. And of course, we've got Walter's debut, which is up next, by the way, hoping that he produces a good number. But obviously, these are people who will be competing in night 2. Ospreay, I believe, is facing Miro, and Danielson will be facing Pac. And Danielson got the win on Pac here, so is that going to be a repeat of what we're going to see in night 2? Also, I just want to quickly preface how hard it's been to plan this. I thought I could just willy-nilly go, oh, I'll do you and you this week, you and you this week. And then because I wanted to try and plan all the weeks ahead. And when I got to like night 4, night 5, I found that I was like, oh no, I've already done Ospreay versus Miro. Oh. So I ended up finding like a sports scheduling website where I just pumped in 2 different leagues with these people, and it built me the perfect schedule that I'm going to follow. But obviously I've had to chop and change it myself to bring it down to 12 nights instead of however many it wanted me to do. But either way, kicking off the show with a 93. Is anyone going to top that? Predict now, is anyone going to top a 93? I am not so sure. But let's head straight into our opening match, which I believe is Miro versus Walter versus Bandido in his debut. A 78. Okay, that's not bad. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Walter defeats Bandido in 10 minutes with the powerbomb. Remember, there are 20-minute time limits on these matches, so anything over 20 is a lie. And this obviously was part of the Allin Grand Prix Block A. Walter with an 82. Nice. I will take that. Bandido over 77. Not as good as he normally is. And let's just recap the Ring General gimmick. Came off as great. Booster microphone skills, penalty to star quality. That's gay. Can be penalised for losing to a comedy gimmick. May receive a bonus when booked to look dominant. Okay. And penalised for taking part in comedy bouts. Not going to do that. Dominant though is interesting. Could we get him to ragdoll someone in this tournament? 78. I'll take that. Walter, more importantly, got an 82. I was afraid that he'd be like pull a Shinsuke and do a 50 something. But Walter starts strong with 2 points. Now the rest of the card I can't remember. All I remember is the main event. So next match from onwards is going to be a surprise as to the order. So let's just dive into the next match of the Grand Prix. An 82. Okay. In a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Jay White gets the win on Darby Allin in 15:49. Quite a long one with the Blade Runner, meaning that Jay White has secured himself his first 2 points of the Grand Prix. So Bandido and Darby Allin sitting pretty on 0. An 82 overall. Not bad. Not bad at all. Darby Allin with a 78 and Jay White with an 85. This match got the crowd hotter. Up next is an angle, because apparently Renee informs Zack Sabre Jr. just before he goes out that Juice Robinson is a no-show, meaning that he forfeits his match. So Zack Sabre Jr. receives 2 points. So, yep, Juice is a no-show. Didn't turn up tonight, which means, we're not going to postpone the match just because he couldn't bother to turn up. So Zack Sabre Jr. is awarded 2 points for this match. And Zack is very happy about that. He's like, oh, wicked. I'm going to go home now. So yeah, Zack gets 2 points and Juice is on 0. Wonder why he didn't turn up. I mean, who knows? I'm sure eventually we may find out. Following this, though, we have another match, and it is a 96. Is that our highest rated match in the entire series? I think it's tied, and I think that Hangman Page is in both of them. In a superb match, which is my favourite word, Hangman Adam Page defeats Prince Devitt, all in 19 minutes 11 seconds. Less than a minute remaining in the match when he hits the buckshot lariat and gets the win. Hangman Adam Page with a 93, Prince Devitt with a 74. Hangman Adam Page gets his first 2 points of the tournament. Wow, a 96. So our exhibition match was overshadowed. Thank God. I didn't want the exhibition match to be the best of the night. But yeah, we've got a new match of the night. Hangman Adam Page just scraping it before the 20-minute time limit against Prince Devitt. Wow. Amazing. I'm already in love with this tournament. The next match is... oh, it's an angle because MJF is spotted ringside. He is sat front row donning a Matt Cardona t-shirt over his shirt and has a little Matt Cardona hat. He's not wearing the hat. He's just holding it and waving it around. He is here ringside to watch his best friend, his bro, Matt Cardona in Matt Cardona's match, which, if I remember correctly, it's against Drew Galloway. Let's see what happens, and more importantly, what Matt Cardona's numbers are going to be, because this could be a real doozy. 79, I'll take it. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Drew Galloway gets the win in 14 minutes. He defeats Matt Cardona with the Claymore. Matt Cardona with a 70, which is pretty good. Drew Galloway keeping it consistent with his 86. And of course, Jake Roberts was ringside coaching Galloway. So yeah, already having a positive effect on Drew. That means that Drew locks in those 2 points and Cardona stays on 0. I think it's always important to get a winning start in a tournament like this because you don't want to be chasing. After this match, though, is... 94. John Moxley facing off against Nick Jackson, the best buck, taking on our AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And in 16 minutes 55, cutting it close, John Moxley gets the win with the Bulldog choking out Nick Jackson, who has no choice but to tap. So our AEW World Heavyweight Champion starts strong with 2 points, and Nick Jackson unfortunately losing and receiving 0. Jon Moxley has an in-ring performance of 91 in this match, and Nick Jackson with an 84. Very, very good. We've had some awesome matches so far, and I think, if I remember correctly, there's 1 or 2 more. So let's not waste any more time. Let's keep going with the show. And here we... Oh, an 89! We've got Jeff Cobb against Roosh. Now, this one, I was very happy to have, because I booked this as a wild brawl. Because I think Roosh has got 83 or 84 brawling skills. Jeff Cobb's got 85 brawling skills. So I was like, perfect, less than 20 minutes, all-out brawl, and we've got a nice quick one here. In 8 minutes 45, Jeff Cobb defeats Roosh with the Tour of the Islands. Cobb with an 82, Roosh with an 83. Jeff Cobb benefiting from being in amazing form. They're both amazing at brawling matches, so that gave it a boost. An 89, love that. I'm very much looking forward to putting Walter in a brawling match, because his brawling stats, I think he's got 88 brawling or something like that. So yeah, anyone on his side that's got brawling numbers, it's going to be insane. But yeah, Jeff Cobb gets those 2 points, on par with Jon Moxley. I believe there's just one more match now, and that is Kenny Omega taking on Keith Lee. I know that that's our main event. So let's keep going and see if that is the next match. Oh no, we've got a backstage segment. Jay White, after his win, finds Punk, Chris Bay and Kenta backstage and questions them and says, yo, will you guys anything to do with Juice's absence tonight? And CM Punk is like, how dare you, Jay? We were going to ask you the exact same thing. We were going to say, what did you do? Because last we spoke, Juice is your problem. Juice is not our problem. So if he's a no-show, he's a no-show, but it's got nothing to do with us. But congrats on the win, though. Well done, Jay. Doing Bullet Club Gold proud. High five. So yeah, Jay White thinking that Punk, Bay and Kenta had something to do with Juice's absence. They claimed that they didn't. And CM Punk reiterates that Juice is not our problem. Juice is your problem. So yeah, 99 rated segment. Love that. Just breaking up the matches a little bit. But yeah, what happened to Juice? We'll have to wait and find out from the man himself, I guess. But now I believe this does take us to our main event. Kenny Omega against Keith Lee. This should hopefully, I'm keeping everything crossed, be a good one. An 87, I'll take it. In a bout that had sensational wrestling. I've never seen that word before. That might be my new favourite word. And great heat. Keith Lee defeats Kenny Omega. I had my money on Kenny here. In 18 minutes with a spirit bomb. Kenny Omega with a 98. Keith Lee, I think this is a record high 91. And they've got great chemistry. It's a shame that this match is now done and we won't see it for another 12 weeks at least. But yeah, a great win here for Keith Lee, starting strong. Our AEW International Champion beating Kenny Omega, the best bout machine. Wow. That is how we end our show, and I'm really hoping it's going to be high. This is night 1. I'm very excited for night 2 to 12. This is going to be a really, really fun little project that I've built here. But yeah, let's end the show. Let's see how we did. An 89, I'll take that. Oh, amazing. Good old 89. Love that. Yeah, looking at these crazy numbers. 87, an 89, a 94, a 96, a 93. And scattered amongst that is a 79 and an 82 and a 78. I mean, amazing. Awesome. That's the first night done. And now let's transition to the points. So I believe I've got this right. Walter, Jay White, Zack Sabre Jr. and Drew Galloway all won in Block A, meaning that they all currently sit on 2 points. And in Block B, we saw Hangman Page, Keith Lee, Jon Moxley and Jeff Cobb pick up the wins, so they are also on 2 points. As you can see, Miro, Ospreay, Pac and Danielson, none of them wrestled their block matches today, so they are still on 0. But of course, they have the potential to get some points in night 2. So yeah, that is the end of night 1 of the All In Grand Prix. You know, short and sweet, in and out, non-stop action wrestling. Almost a total non-stop action wrestling, but that's a completely different thing. Yeah, really successful night 1. I was very apprehensive that this would be a bit doggy, but no, can't complain at all. Yeah, wicked. All right, that's night 1 done. Tomorrow is going to be night 2, where we will have a plethora of other matches. It will be another 8 matches. Hopefully Juice is here because he's scheduled to wrestle again. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that comes into fruition. We've got some big matches. Let me try and preview some for you now. I'm just whipping my phone out because I've got all of the matches listed here. We have got... Hold on, it's loading. I'm still here. Just admire that here. Here we go. So in tomorrow, some of the highlights. Let's just read them all out. Miro, Will, Ospreay, Darby Allin, Walter, Juice Robinson taking on Bandido, Drew Galloway, Jay White, Pac, Bryan Danielson, Roosh, Kenny Omega, Nick Jackson, Keith Lee, and Prince Devitt, Jeff Cobb. There you go. Those are all the matches in night 2. Very exciting. Looking forward to that. And I hope you guys are too. But yeah, thank you very much for this one, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. In the description of every episode, I will have a list of what matches are taking place, and in brackets next to their names, we will have their points that they currently have. So obviously, if you look in the description now, you can see everyone has got 0 in their brackets, but in episode 2, or night 2, sorry, you'll see some number 2s floating about. But yeah, that's it from me. I will see you all at night 2. Bye. Yeah.